Otherwise,
Shit's cool.
Okay.
Hey, Katie,
And see, we're live.
There we go.
We're live.
Totally not.
Hello.
Oh shit.
Hello.
I'm trying to stand my phone up at the moment. There we go. We're good.
You goddamn
Time to
fuckbag.
selflessly advertise on the 6-star Discord.
Right, I cannot check on the main Discord because I didn't connect to my fucking second monitor, and I have to look like this. Right.
I'm gonna add everyone as well, just for badness. There we go. Double add everyone.
All right. Let's see. Come on, YouTube. YouTube is being a dick as per usual.
When is YouTube not a dick?
Exactly.
True.
I'm loving the woodcock in the in that video there.
Dynamic duo. Oh, we have a new subscriber. Thank you for the subscription.
You don't deserve to be subscribed to. Wait, what? I didn't say anything. What?
Anal cancer.
Hey, I want to become a famous YouTuber.
I'm the first person to like and the first person to comment.
Thank you for
I
that.
didn't like
Like
it.
and comment.
Second person to like it.
Shit. I'm using a
Oh,
tip
we're live.
to stand my phone up.
We're live.
Yeah, I
let's
cannot
see.
get over
Hello,
that beard.
everyone. Okay, everyone's in the chat. Hello. I'm not beatboxing. So welcome to the. Oh shit! Wait, I have to. Oh, we are already started season 2 with a bang. Welcome everyone to the stream. My name is Funk Monkey, and today I'm with the new crew. Basically, which is this crew here. Introduce yourself, everybody.
I'm Tasty, leader of 6-star.
I'm Robbie, lieutenant and 6-star developer and general, good guy,
I'm Dust, the lieutenant.
He is GTA.
I'm
I'm
BT the
guy.
queen of exactly.
Guys, we need to make this a trend on Twitter. Hashtag Dusk is Humbled Wise Guy.
No,
Make
I
it-
only
make
look
it a
like
dream.
Wise Guy when I'm
Make
wearing.
it a dream. Make it a dream. Anyways,
Exactly.
welcome. And for today's podcast, we're going to be tackling 3 topics that are going to be very, very interesting and kind of related to our last podcast and the end of season 1. So the first one is going to be a little bit about a last article that Rockstar just released from a previous newswire. And then we're going to be talking about Need for Speed Payback in general and what are we expecting in the game. And then games that we as a person are looking forward to for next year and the end of this year. With that out of the way, let's get started with the first one with the article. Now, if you haven't seen the article, Rockstar had a little article that's basically on the transform races, which is going to be very awesome, may I ask. May I add? Why do I need to ask? And basically, the article here, the last bit states, plus, look out for more to come in GT Online later this year, including new weaponized vehicles, inventory updates, and legendary motorsports, new properties on the market via Maze Bank foreclosure. This is worrying.
That is Rockstar cheeky talk for saying introducing more broken imbalanced content that will cost you at least 5 million per vehicle and might actually have research options and or other options.
You know what's ironic about this? That we talked on the last podcast that they were thinking that the next DLC is gonna be a naval DLC, Navy DLC. This article alone makes me think that the next thing in the agenda is a Navy DLC, which is worrying. That I cannot stand any more weaponized vehicles. I need normal vehicles. I just want normal vehicles. That's it.
You say normal vehicles. If you take a look at the price of the retinue. The retinue is more expensive than the Turismo ore.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, there is then the question that it's a plastic. So.
Yeah, but It's a Ford Escort, let's be honest.
What are you trying to say, Kitty?
Ford Escort should not cost 700,000.
Also, if
Neither
we're gonna
should
have
your
a
mum,
Navy
but,
DLC,
you know.
I'm just gonna stop playing GTA. Then it's too much. It's too much.
That's the thing. That's
What was
the
already-
thing that worries me. Wait, hold on. Let me arrange the camera a bit. There we go. No, okay, never mind. So that's the thing that's worrying me the most. The people that you see in this party are the people that I'm mostly all the time on like PS4, which are Dusk and GTA.
Except for me and Robbie.
But
Yeah,
Kitty,
of course.
Kitty
'Cause we're
had
PC
stopped
Master Race.
playing GTA for a valid reason. Is that GTA is a military simulator all of a sudden. It forgot its, in my opinion, it's forgot its roots. It doesn't know what it's doing, and now it's accommodating the tryhards and the toxic part of the community than the community that actually wants to do good to the game.
If we think back at Rockstar's roots, you like take a look at Vice City. It's kind of like that whole mafia kind of cartels, and
Yeah.
then take a look at like the beginning of San Andreas. It's all about gangbangers and like Bloods Crips sort of thing. And then you take a look at GTA 4. It's kind of got that gritty crime kind of underground underbelly, kind of more mobsters and things like that. You take a look at Grand Theft Auto now, like heists, like that's kind of what the story was centered around, and kind of a big hype when they weren't in multiplayer. This kind of feeling towards heists. You take a look at it, the way GTA Online is now. You have things like the Shitaro and the Oppressor. You just have ridiculous things like the Rocket Voltic, which has no. It's against the aesthetic of the game.
It's basically turning into Saints Row.
It's like having an assault rifle in Skyrim. It doesn't feel right.
Exactly, and that is also a point that Dusk brought. It is becoming a Saints Row. When GTA went, as far as I know, where there was, as far as I know, a lawsuit or something that GTA or Rockstar Games called out the developers for Saints Row. They're saying, Saints Row, it's too similar to GTA, and it's kind of like
the irony now that it seems like they're moving towards.
Ironic that the fact that they called them out, but they're now the ones that are bringing rocket-powered stuff in the game.
Exactly. They had it fine when it was like imports, exports. That's when it was still fine. Drug dealing, still like it's legitimate like stuff you would expect from GTA. And then they're like, oh, do you know what? Fuck it. We're manufacturing guns and we're gonna give everyone APCs. It's like what happened, like regular car shootings and drive-bys? No. What should we used to have a drive-by with? I know. Let's get 3 APCs.
It's
not a
that's anymore. That's what it is. That's what it is right now.
I think I said this on the last podcast, but I thought the best DLC was lowriders, and I'm not even a big fan of lowrider culture, but aesthetically it makes sense. It's smart. Even the weapons they introduced, things like the Tech 9 and this like mini scorpions and things like that.
But you have to keep in mind that the lowriders as well did something that no other DLC did, which is it made missions around the Vagos. What are the gangs again? The Vagos.
They don't call them ballers anymore. They call them like families.
Basically the families of GTA, which was a good thing when the DLC came out. But to now have DLCs that are not wrapping together. I mean, in the gun running, there's a part where Agent is saying that the events that are happening at this current moment in time in GTA happened after the final heist in the GTA 5 story, single player. But we all know that online is placed before the events, so the timeline is fucked.
If you look at the heists and Series A, this is like the starting of Trevor Enterprises, or what was it called? And then they have the audacity then to say that it's after the stories. They're saying it's after the campaign, but before Trevor sets up his business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a timeline, so like, because the whole adding military vehicles after the campaign, maybe because of the events of the single player, makes sense. But the idea that the Savage and the Valkyrie were things in heists that weren't available in single player, it doesn't make sense.
It's
in
very
my opinion,
conflicting.
in my opinion, heists should have been the peak of the militarized vehicles. If they added in the Hydra, the Hunter, and the APC in one DLC, which let's say it was heist, yes, it would be bonkers. Why would there be an APC in a fucking heist DLC? But if you think about it, those three vehicles are the main three vehicles that everyone has been asking for years.
Yes, but why so much shit next to it then?
But if you think about it, if they added them in one DLC, we wouldn't have these militarized weapons nowadays.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to release the Hunter on its own. They're probably going to release the Hunter with more vehicles. To them, it makes more sense that the Hunter gets released alongside newer vehicles. But if the three main vehicles that everyone is going to start using as soon as the Hunter comes out, those are the three main vehicles you're going to see in the sky, land, well, not land. Yeah, land and air.
But like I said, the Hunter's been in the game. Well, they've had to design and model it for a long time. Because if you go in the cinemas, there's actually a trailer with the Hunter in it.
With the monkeys and things like that, yeah.
Yeah. It's like what's the word? It's
teased.
very.
It was teased kind of.
Yeah.
It was cut content and it was kind of the models and the sounds were in the game.
It's also.
I don't know. Even like, I don't know what I feel like about it though. What if it's a Navy DLC? I can maybe see a bit of people be happy with it, but I don't know.
I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but if they give us the ability to set up our own lobbies, remove the stuff we don't like, then nothing.
A proper sandbox mode.
Like if they say allow us to have intense customization, like 5M's great, but you got to think about the peers on console. This is only available to people on PC and it's not supported by Rockstar. I would like Rockstar's acknowledgement that what they have done with balance wise is an issue. I would like the ability to fly a Hydra but not have guns on it. But I would also like the ability to say like ban Kurumas. Nothing saying you can't buy a Kuruma or have one in your garage, but session by session, you'd find that a lot of people are of the same mindset that they would prefer Kuruma never had existed. And they would prefer like that the APC had never been introduced after seeing the damage it's doing in lobbies.
Yeah.
They should allow us that ability to remove things that Rockstar have added, remove the ability to call in Bullshark Testosterone, Ghost Org, passive mode, the ability to use explosives in a lobby, set weapons, disable first person on off. These are the things that Rockstar should have given us, but now we're just left in this very toxic environment where people hunger for KD and Rockstar's pandering almost to these people that want to pad their KDs even further. They're giving us Hunters, giving us APCs, easy out, passive toggling. The community is just not in a sound place right now.
To be honest,
DLC is going to break the camel's back.
I just like GTA to go back to its roots and just go like gang style, mafia style. Just now, like I said, it's becoming Saints Row right now, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I would have got Saints Row if I wanted to play Saints Row, but
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just about to say,
Exactly.
if I want to play,
I
Saints
wouldn't
Row,
have
I'm gonna
put
watch it.
that in a better picture, as Builder just said. If I wanted to play Saints Row, I'd go out of my way to play Saints Row.
When I first started playing Grand Theft Auto, it wasn't the draw of military vehicles that brought me into the game. It's not the universe that I'd want to live in, and it
It's a
feels
community.
the community at this stage isn't what's keeping me going. Really, it's this community, 6 stars, keeping me going, because I wouldn't be playing for the combat in GTA necessarily. I used to play for the combat in GTA. I used to play for the.
Annihilator is disappointed.
You know, it's like same thing. I'm only playing GTA because of this community. If it wasn't for 6-star, I wouldn't be playing GTA at all anymore. Like
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is, honestly, it's at the point where I'm so sick and tired of everything that's going on in GTA 5. I don't even know why I'm part of this podcast, because I've not touched GTA 5 in a really long time. I'm sick and tired of it. Like, it's a piece of shit. Like, I don't know how people can still play that shit.
Though, like we play NFS and all that shit, right? And Gran Turismo, Project Cars.
Yeah,
all that.
Ooh,
Hell,
dynamic.
I'm a crew
Wait.
lieutenant. I've not been to a Super Sundays in 6 weeks.
That's your fault, Robbie. You got to fix your PC. God damn it.
Dynamic Duo just.
I also, that's a lie. You were at last Super Sunday. Fuck you. You're the one with the car hunt and the license plates. That was the best.
Yeah, I was there for like 2 seconds before I left.
That was the best. Guys,
No.
I gotta give you the details on like this game modes class.
Dynamic Duo just said something really that I can like relate to. He said, "I really don't care if the game looked like a plate of oatmeal. If the game was immersive, I would pay $80 for it."
See, the thing is he talking? I'm not sure. What was he talking about there? Is he talking about graphics?
Immersive as in the universe.
Yeah, he said I would give up graphics for a good game.
Hell, I've been saying that since day one. As soon as I started PC gaming, basically as soon as I could walk, like that's always what I've said. I've always said I don't give a shit about graphics as long as it's a good game. Like, and most of the time it's a good game. You know, I'm trying to think of a game that has shit graphics but it's a genuinely good game.
Fallout New Vegas came out at the same time as Bioshock. And,
yeah, Bioshock.
Like Dragon Age had some pretty good. Came out at the same time.
I'll give you another one. iRacing.
Fallout New Vegas came out on a very old engine. It came out on the same engine that Morrowind used, but updated. But yeah, it's an incredible game.
Also, about the statement
iRacing.
They did graphics for a good game. You got to keep in mind that this game is old, so there's that as well. You know.
But
there's nothing wrong with the game being aged.
You can't have a
the
good
treat of the game
with good graphics. One of them that did it perfectly is what was the name? Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, Horizon was good.
You can't say that game isn't beautiful and the story is immersive as fuck.
Yeah, like I was a little bit disappointed when it came to GTA 5 Online. It's like in GTA 4 you had bars and all that. You could go. You could even
wait,
do
when
it
you're saying GTA
play.
5 Online, from as soon as GTA started or as soon as it started on next generation?
No, like from as soon as it started. Like in GTA 4, even online you can go to bars. You can even go bowling, all that kind of stuff. The most
wait, hold the phone. You haven't been playing GTA 4 enough. Because I was addicted to GTA 4's multiplayer. You couldn't bowl online, but that being said, single player. In the single player, you could bowl.
Hey,
Yeah.
but do you want your cousin to start calling you every time?
Yeah. Also, a thing about GTA 4 Online, I played that a lot as well. I was addicted as well. Is also like the cars you could get were exclusive. You know, like the Sultan RS, you would have to go to a certain place to get it. You know, you had to take care of the car. Now everyone is fucking. Like,
Any of my PlayStation boys, the comment was exclusive to that pre-lobby that always started in the old casino on PlayStation. Do you remember it was on the last island, Algonquin?
I barely played GTA 4 Online because it was on 360 and 360 was modded as fuck back in the day. So I missed out on a lot on GTA 4 Online.
The thing about GTA 4, the multiplayer, I'm not even going to call it GTA 4 Online because it didn't even pride itself as a second game. This was like the way Call of Duty does it. You get a single player, you get a multiplayer. What happened here was the game had 0 updates. Now, I'm not talking about expansion because the expansions, they counted as nearly standalones when you played them. They didn't add to the game. They were like a different game when you played them. Yeah, certain things were locked out of the game when you played them. Certain things were added when you played them. So what ended up happening was you had 3 different lobbies. You had your Lost and Damned lobbies, your Baldur's Tony lobbies, and then your vanilla lobbies. And I played that game to its death, up to the point where modders on console, I'll give you an idea of how long I was playing that. Modders on PlayStation 3 took over.
Yeah, also,
the whole thing.
If you would take certain parts of a GTA 4 Online to put in GTA 5, like in GTA Online right now, the first thing I would do is get like the lobby customization option. Like, if you don't want cops, you don't have to get cops. You know, all that shit. And also open up the fucking interiors. There's an interior for the nightclub, there's an interior for Tequila Lab, but we can't access any of that shit. Like, nothing.
Yo, I'm speaking of GTA 4. I'm surprised that they haven't added this in. Have you played GTA 4 and there was this rare supercar that looked like a Zonda? It's called a Typhoon something.
It doesn't exist. I played Grand Theft Auto 4 long enough.
I don't think it's a mod because it's on the mod website. It says it's a GTA 4 transferred car.
No. I'm telling you, I've played Grand Theft Auto 4 religiously.
I don't know. I'll send you guys a photo after the podcast of the car that I'm talking about.
That looks like a Zonda. There is no Zonda.
Oh, also the Super GT. We need that car in this game.
If you so let's kind of close the subject here. Yes, we're gonna have a new updated.
Are you talking about the Modena Typhoon?
Yeah, Modena Typhoon.
As a fan-made mod that was spread around on multiple different forums, trying to say it was a rare vehicle in GTA 4.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely robusted.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking, because then I was thinking like, wait, why isn't the Modena like the Osiris in the Modena family? But it's okay then. So, yeah, okay, they're gonna add some new cars as well. Hopefully, they're not as cringy as the Vigilante. But what cars would you want to see in this next DLC? I know I mentioned all the time cars what we want to see, but like
continuity to the universe is what I would like to see. I would like to see them bringing older models of the cars they had in the past. Continuity.
The Sentinel XS from GTA 4. I want that one.
Conquest from GTA 4. The Turismo from GTA 4. Super GT. Stinger GT. Things like that.
What if they bring the old cars from GTA 4, but it gives you the option to benefy them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But like, I'd be happy without Benny's, to be honest. Even like just the car by itself, I'd be happy.
But here's the thing: Benny's is lost nowadays. Like, when was it? It was 2 days ago that I took another Benny's vehicle after a long ass time, and the last time I got the Benny's vehicle was back in Christmas. So, I mean, why? It's such a good concept, and they took time to create that shop. Why is it there to rot in hell? I mean, they surprised everyone what they did with that DLC.
You say it like Benny's is like every other DLC where it just dead ends. Bikers left to rot in hell too. Everything. DLC.
But let's be honest. What did the community want? Did the community want another Benny's or more bikers? Because in my opinion, and back in the day when I did a lot of research on it, most of the community didn't fucking want the Bikers DLC. I have nothing against it, but it.
Do you know what? Honestly,
anyone's taste. And the fact that with all the businesses in the Bikers DLC, it accumulates to 30 grand every 45 minutes. That was something that I went, okay, I know it makes a lot of money, but 30 grand per 45 minutes, you are losing a shit ton of money, even if you lose shark cards. And that is kind of stealing them, because then they're stealing your
do you know the thing
money.
is, right? And I just want to interrupt you here, right? I think I've heard a lot in this podcast, right? It's happened both times I've been on it, right? Everyone keeps saying the community wants this, the community wants that, the community wants this, it wants that, it wants all these.
Community doesn't know what it wants.
But
the game needs fixing.
One, the community does. The community doesn't know what it wants. Second of all, you don't. In fact, no, it's just not you. It's we. We don't know the community, because think about it. What is this podcast right now? This is a bunch of guys from Six Star, a car crew. So obviously we're going to be biased. Oh yeah, we want cars. We're going to say the community wants cars. What I think would be a good idea.
It came from a PvP community originally, and I'm also part of the GTA 4 run and gun community.
I know, but that's just you. Like, I've only ever been interested in cars. What I think would be a good idea is get someone from the car community, get someone from the biker community, the PvP community, the flying community, get all of them and make one big podcast, and then see what the community wants. Because I'm telling you, if you put everyone in the group like that, the community is going to want a lot of different things. Because the community...
Everyone will stab the PvP community guy before he can open his...
Dude, you exact as Builder said, they wouldn't give a fuck, but they would look at the community that goes and hunts other people in GTA, and they just attack that guy. Forget what they want to see in the fucking GTA, GTA universe.
By the way, screw it.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm on board with Robbie on this one. Like, he's right. You know, we're car guys. I'm only interested in cars in GTA. There's nothing else I'm interested in this game.
Exactly. In this DLC, there's probably only one car everyone is at least interested in.
You know, the things I would like to see in GTA Online are just mansions, tuners and outlaws, and nightclubs or something. And that's it. That's the only things.
The only things I want in GTA 5.
Nathan, can I get you to check the podcast group message on Discord?
Yes. So, yeah, go on.
Right. Is that a yes or no then?
Yeah, they can continue. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna get the app on the iPad real quick.
Robbie, continue.
What?
Yeah, what were you
talking?
Say?
I interrupted you.
I don't remember talking. Sorry, someone else go.
Well, Katie will take the floor now.
I can honestly take 0 content for the next DLC if they just add in the whole Rainbow Six Vegas 2 ban list / GTA 4 lobby options, because the game needs a fixing. This is a patch. It wouldn't fix the game. The issues would still be there, but at least you're giving the community the ability to, say, disable explosives, disable passive, etc., etc.
And bouncing it back to how we run with meat, it would completely eliminate the need for security. You know, it would stop the whole thing of, okay, we need people just in case someone decides, oh, I'm going to be a cunt tonight. You know.
Yeah.
It would completely shut that shit down immediately. And then we wouldn't have to sit there and just be paranoid as shit if someone even thinks of going in a plane, you know. Because the planes wouldn't even be there or spawn. So it would fix everything we need to be fixed as a car community. It would fix everything, being able to turn off cops. It really would fix everything. But like I said, the only thing I would really want is more social spaces. You know, like with GTA, what's there to do? Like socially in GTA Online, kill cunts, strip clubs, money, making money.
Yeah, like
Or, and I
there
do like a bit.
interiors I would like open up. In particular, it would be in nightclub. Like what is it, Bahamas, and like the bar. I would like those.
Right, the
I
open
think
up
simple
tequila.
things, just like making the world feel alive, bars
Yeah.
and things like that, would probably
Yeah.
not go along.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Right. The opened up tequila law with that place where you go to get supplies for one supply mission, and then you can't go in there. It's like, what's the point?
Or like after a heist or something that you're drinking in that in
Tequila la.
yeah.
That place. Like, they spend the time modeling and string and everything, making everything interact.
It's-
and, well,
I think that kind
can
of
go in
nearly
there,
goes
you can
back to
touch them.
continuity. There's things like continuity is this game's biggest downfall, because there's things like import exports where you have this list of supercars that were in the game when the game came out, and then they added more later on. Doesn't change. This list is still the same. Things like the green drink, the legendary green drink. No one knows what the fuck it is. You drink it in the office, it gives your health back. You drink it in the apartment, gives you no health back.
Okay, I've added Grim to the call.
Hello, Grim.
What is up, my
Sudden another member joined, guys. We've been fixing this. Hello, Grim.
Secret
Welcome.
group member.
Secret.
Grim,
Secret
Grim,
group
the
member.
real OG. Don't really know why he wasn't in here from the
real
beginning, but
O of the G's. I finished my candy corn. Shit. Okay, let's continue.
Fat bastard.
So let's summarize.
Scary
Let's
crush.
summarize this paragraph in one word, and we'll move on to the next subject, because it's a subject I'm really looking forward to talk about. So, in my opinion, worried. That's it.
I just gotta say, without even rambling like a dead horse, because
Like a dead horse.
rambling like a dead horse, rambling
The
like
dead
beating a dead
horse is
horse. Dead horses ramble.
Absolutely.
Without rambling too
I
much,
don't know what kind of dead
the
horse
DLC, as it says, it brings me worry, but also it'll just be like another dead end DLC, and it'll imbalance things even further. It has me worried, has me spooked.
Has
I
been.
think that's the best one for it. It's good.
All right. So let anyone else wants to say something before we move on to the next subject.
You're gay.
Okay, fuck you. All right, let's move on to Need for Speed Payback. I'm looking forward. Oh shit, I'm going full on Black Panther.
And he can't afford the fruit.
I'm really looking forward for this game. As you know, there has been the story trailer released today, and there were some cars that are making me so hyped.
Wait, I haven't fucking seen it yet, dude. Kill me.
Really? You haven't seen it?
No, I've
You
been
pull up on
you
screen?
know, I've got money, bills to pay.
We can
I'm
put
on
on screen.
unemployed, so I can't afford it anyway. So
Oh,
So, but
I just
That's
want
exact-
somebody. I just want somebody to send me a photo of the gasser. That's all I want. I'll be happy.
Okay.
The gasser. Oh, mate. Ah. This
Yeah, more-
this game is gonna be fucking lit. Of
I
course,
feel-
everyone's gonna go for the hypercars, because we all know how the world works.
Oh shit.
But,
Yeah, but I feel-
something,
should I,
something for Dusk that is worrying is no Subarus.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
No
just super-
Subarus are in the game from launch. Now, how do you feel?
From launch.
Wait,
I'm gonna have to go for BMW then.
wait. So no,
That just-
are
that
Toyotas
means that
gonna,
Robin's
are
car
Toyota
will
gonna
be-
be in the game as well?
That just means Robin's car won't be in the game.
what?
No,
I'm just gonna. throw
Excuse
that.
me?
Just gonna see how many people.
Robin's
Yeah,
car. What?
that's
Yeah, Subaru Evo.
Yeah, Robin's car's a Subaru.
Like Dynamic said, BRZ.
Subaru-
Yeah, that was
Subaru. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, let Casey speak for a sec.
Wasn't the BRZ like one of the first cars you got in 2015?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Subaru will be there, no?
They'll replace it with the
See-
Everest. With what are they calling it now?
yeah.
The
Yeah,
But
the
that-
not the
FRS.
A anymore.
Actually,
that would
actually,
be
hang on.
where-
Actually, they won't do that because Toyota's gone all Porsche mode. and took off all
Yeah,
the.
no,
lights.
yeah.
they haven't got out with a statement with that, right? No one knows why. Probably,
I don't
They've gone and
understand what you mean by this
Mental.
because Forza had it and Project Cars had it. They had Toyotas as well.
Yeah,
Maybe they were bought out like they did with Porsche, the last Need for Speed.
Or they
Or
got
maybe-
or they got pissed off, like,
Maybe-
oh, they got
maybe.
Porsche. No, fuck it, we're not gonna fucking
Maybe
be in a
they
game
just
with
found
Porsche.
out the creator was like a paedophile and are just boycotting it. I mean, you never.
no, I reckon it's going to be a Porsche situation.
Oh wait, oh my.
Got bought out by a
apparently
company and
Audacity
aren't
saying
sharing.
there was a WRX in one of the
Yeah.
trailers.
Ooh.
I don't
Okay.
know, but in this last trailer, and in the Kitty, you said in the confirmed car list from
Yeah, there was
launch,
no
there's
Subarus.
no Subarus.
Yeah, what's been confirmed so far, there's been no Subarus in all of the trailers.
So
And all
could
the-
it be that the Subarus are going to be a DLC car? Well, DLC
It may be.
cars.
Ah,
Yeah, maybe, but
What
like I said
What
on the site,
what I don't want to see is have the GT 80. Well, we know that the GT 86 is not going to be in the game if they won't be. But I don't want to see like what they did in 2015. You have the GT 86, BRZ, and the FRS. Like it's the
It
same
won't-
car, but in just a name. Just pick one and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. none of them will be there because Toyota was the main part of that venture. Like they hold the most in terms of the shares for
So
that
what,
entire
you're
trio.
oh shit! So, whoa!
Subaru's only got 16%. I don't know how much Scion has or whatever they call it. So
No, Scion is dead. Scion as a company is dead as far as I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, I'm on about how much
But
share they
shit,
have in that venture.
You're saying that because of this whole bullshit of Toyota, the car that is probably more recognized for its Rocket Bunny kit, it's not gonna be in the game that
Yes,
has
because-
Bunny kit, Rocket Bunny kits.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my fucking god! I didn't think
Maybe
of
it's
that.
because Rocket Bunny is a dying trend that there's no.
Ooh. Shots fired.
What? Yeah.
Maybe it's just because JDM cars are a dying trend, the real way
I-
forward is
I-
the gassers.
Dab.
that's a bold
Yeah.
statement. That's
Okay,
And
so-
everyone in here knows I'm right.
It's a good
Okay,
thing I'm
Kitty,
just gonna
apparently in the
buy the
confirmed
that's what
car
you
list,
rock, you know.
there's two Subarus. BRZ is in the game, so
Mm.
BRZ is in the game, bitches.
Are you sure
What?
about that?
What was it?
We'll find out.
I
Yeah.
had something in mind, but what did they mean? Oh, yeah. One thing I really want them to add in the game, something similar to the Rockstar editor, where you can record and then go edit like clips. Cause
I don't know if the engine has capabilities for that.
For
I don't
pausing
What is
things
it on?
in
Is it on
tracks.
Frostbite?
I don't know. I don't know what they use then, cause
Frostbite 3. I
YouTubers
think
like
it's Frostbite.
Crowned and Domestic Mango create these like seriously fucking amazing cinematics on Need for Speed 2015. And I'm like, how the fuck did they do it? And I tried to figure it out. I thought maybe they used
think-
the photo thing, but it's too slow.
I think they've just got a really high-end capture card.
Could be. But
Like
I'll
also the war.
probably link something. But at least something like that where it captures it, you know? Like,
Yeah. I don't think Frostbite 3 will be able to do it, if I'm going to be perfectly honest.
but Forza
Frost-
does it. Forza kind of back and
But
forth.
Forza's not-
I don't know.
it's
I don't know
not
if Forza
Frostbite,
now
though.
Does it?
Yeah, Forza's not Frostbite though, monkey.
Oh.
That's 1010.
I don't know how Frostbite works. I'm just talking to you. Jesus
Let me
Christ.
Frostbite. Look at think of Battlefield 3 and what that could do, and that's basically what Frostbite could do.
Wait, was Battlefield 4 not Frostbite 3?
It
Battlefield
was
4's Frostbite 3. Battlefield 3 is Frostbite 2.
Yeah, sorry.
Frostbite 2, best Frostbite confirmed.
Oh,
Best
Indeed.
Frostbite is the
They
one-
really do need to upgrade Frostbite.
I forgot this was a live stream. Okay.
Yeah, Frost.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
apparently, Crowd uses a cinematic tool, but I think it's a cinematic tool for PC, as far as I know. It's harder than Rockstar Editor. Ah, of course. Yeah, but if they create something similar to it, even if they update the Frostbite engine, that I would be happy with it. But I guess it's gonna. I'm hoping it's gonna be good at launch. Let's just put it at that. It's gonna have
I'm
cars.
gonna rain on your parade. I'm just gonna mention that. How many updates did 2015 have? 3 updates, 4 updates.
I'm not talking about the updates. Like, one thing that got me hooked with Need for Speed Payback is it has the car that, in my opinion, should have been introduced in Need for Speed 2015. And I don't know how they didn't put it. It's the 69 Charger. Every game had the 69 Charger.
It's about EA. Take a look at Sims. Take a look at Battlefront. Take a look at Mass Effect. Take a look at Dragon Age. I'm sorry, but Need for Speed is going the way of the Maxis. They're gonna try and milk the franchise dry, and then they're gonna get out back, and they're gonna say, "You did well, old Yeller. You gave."
If we really want to see Need for Speed excel, we want to see Need for Speed excel. The only thing they need to add is NASCAR and IndyCar.
Oh, Jesus!
As soon as we get IndyCar, no, listen. As soon as we get IndyCar, Tasty, back me up here. NASCAR and IndyCar fixed everything.
If you play,
they need bazookas.
I messaged you, Funk, on this when you were talking about topic lists. And I said, this is the year of the car, and Need for Speed has a lot of competition this year. Because it got Forza, it's got Gran Turismo, it's got Project Cars, and
The Crew's coming out.
I forgot about the Crew. And out of those companies, EA is the worst publisher. Debatable.
Nope,
It is.
I mean, it's not debatable.
It's not debatable. I have to agree with Builder on this. EA is probably one of the shittiest companies there is out there.
Yo, hey, what form would
cards to their chest? Notice like the lack of open public betas on this. So they're gonna have what Battlefront has. They're gonna have crates. You're going to have to buy microtransaction crates. Either your favorite cars or your favorite customizations will be locked behind these crates. The game will be a drag to force you to buy these crates. I guarantee you. Because you know what?
No. I agree. I'm seeing it now, and I'm agreeing with you.
I believe that they're going to have booster packs. You can start out with bare minimum, and you can start unlocking shit. But if you want to get to the end immediately, you just go buy a booster.
Exactly.
That sounds like a really good idea for our 5M server.
Yeah, they had that back when I was playing DayZ.
It's all because of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. We have now this problem.
No, it's actually the real problem is because of Valve and Team Fortress. They're the original creators.
Oh, well, fuck them then. Nah, I love Valve. So, since we have Grim here. Grim, any points you want to clarify on Need for Speed? Maybe what's you're looking forward to? What's your least thing that you're looking forward to?
Least favorite thing is probably the handling model, unless they improve it from the previous game.
I think it's gonna be the same.
No,
if it is the same, I'll be greatly disappointed. I'll be greatly disappointed.
They'll say it's slightly modified, but then of course you have people, Black Panther, that say, the handling is quite good, but from the gameplay, from the gameplay, you can still see that the car has that aggressive flick when it tries to drift. And it's really evident.
I would say the game was good handling as well. If I was getting paid money to say it had good handling.
Of course they're gonna.
If I was getting flown out to Germany.
Of course he's gonna fucking milk this shit. But I'm sorry, when you have someone like Black Panther saying that Forza's not not the best game, and then praises the handling for Need for Speed.
Well,
I'm sorry.
What I will say is,
chaff.
As long as they can figure out the difference between massive understeer and massive oversteer, then I'll be happy, because that's all I could find on in the previous game. I mean, you could either go around a corner and crash into the wall straight ahead, or drift the corner.
Going with that, what you're saying about oversteer and understeer, what I definitely hope I don't want to see in this game is has anyone ever built like on Need for Speed 2017 and 2015? Well, 2017, it had the option where you can make the car as drift as possible, but every time, for example, you're trying to move the analog stick slightly to the left, it goes to the right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You ever got that? I really don't want to see that thing back in Need for Speed Payback,
I'm seeing
because it's fucking horrible.
I see dynamic.
My experience.
I see dynamic tuning saying tuning. Well, the thing about tuning is just like with, say, Forza, you should be able to hop into a car and drive it just fine. Some casual players don't want to go into all the little tiny details, adjusting little sliders. They want to get in their car, put tuning parts on it, and go.
And that's
and the vice versa. I don't want to be slapped across the tits and like tuning. You have 5 options. Deal with it. Instead of Forza, where I'm just there fucking around with gear rush. It's like, gotta make the best car, and then just Need for Speed like, fuck you, boy. Your speed, acceleration.
Coming from the guy that literally made the fastest tune for which car was it? The Veyron?
The Ford GT. Oh, the Veyron.
Okay, guys. I just want to say, you are talking, or you are listening to the person right now who literally created the fastest tune for the Ford GT on Forza. Like, that shit is unbeatable. Like,
If in ridiculous time, if anyone has Horizon 3 handcrafted by Tasty Building,
you can do an 8-minute lap of glass.
I want to see this. I want to try this. But the thing that everyone got confused, and I kind of agree with it, is the sudden jump from 2015 to 2017, where we had tuner cars and semi supercars.
Right.
But all of a sudden now we have the new introduction of hypercars. We have the P1, BC, 918, the Koenigsegg. If they introduce the Koenigsegg Agera, I'm guessing there's going to be the 1-to-1, or even a basic Agera.
Yep.
So
unless they had the RS.
Exactly, unless they had the RS. I'm guessing as soon as everyone finishes the game, I'm going to see a lot of hypercars in the game. Just for a simple fact, for anyone to say, oh, I have that car. And I'm seeing down in the future, in every DLC, we're going to have at least one hypercar. Hopefully I won't see a Bugatti, because if they bring a Bugatti in the game, they're basically going back to when they started the whole Need for Speed Hot Pursuit thing, where you had supercars and just supercars. But if they have the supercars in the game, in my opinion, they have to make the cars that are non-supercarish
get up to that performance.
Get up to that performance. For example, the Charger can go up to 1,000 horsepower.
What I don't want to see is one car at the top.
Yeah.
Just like with the Porsche 911.
The Plymouth in Forza Horizon 7?
Like the Elegy in GTA?
The best example for that, have any of you guys played Pixel Car Racer on the iOS or Android?
Yes.
You can take any car you want and basically make it insane. Like, and there's no overall car. All the kind of fanboys are like, oh, go for the GTR because you can get 6.2. You can get 6.2. I done a 6.1 in the Mazda M, or is it the RX-3? I believe.
I can tell you right now, I believe it's mid-90s Mustang. Hands down, one of the best drag cars in that game.
And the thing about that is, this is the thing. This is exactly my point. And this is why that game is. No, that's a genuine point. Okay, this is the reason why that game is so beautiful. Is because we're sitting having a discussion right now, like, about what's the fastest car.
but they're all fast as each other because we can just do whatever we want. And we can change the gear tuning. We can do literally batshit insane things. Okay, and who's gonna stop us? Nobody, because they're not asking for like they're not like buy shark card. They don't put ads on it. They don't do that any of that.
They do,
gay
yeah.
shit. Have any of you guys
They
seen
do
it?
ads. They do put ads on it.
Paid to get ads.
They give you one ad. They give you one
Right.
ad if
But,
you connect it to the internet.
And you can actually watch ads to double your money.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But the thing is, I've got a question. Have any of you played iRacing or the new NASCAR Heat game for iOS, where it's got that gay system where you need to wait for your fuel to fill up, and each race costs one fuel? Yeah. Pixel Car Racer doesn't have that shit. Okay.
No.
We need literally for what's that gay? Christ, what's that gay shit?
There's a
game
lot of
called
gay
talk
shit.
about right now.
CSR2, where the slobbering Black Panther's knob.
No, Need for Speed. That's gay shit again.
Yeah.
If that wants to work, it needs to have something like Pixel Car where you can literally make anything as fast as you want
Hey,
There's
don't diss Honda Civics.
I'm thinking about
Apart
it
from the
now.
Honda Civic, kill that
No
thing.
one
apart.
No, I'm
mentioned
reading
Kill
the
yourself.
comments here.
Oh, Jesus, what happened? No one mentioned it.
No, read the comment. Someone said
No, but
Keedy
the
has
screen,
a Honda
the
Civic.
screen went smaller. I don't know.
We got a
So,
someone new.
because you remember that in Need for Speed they introduced the Ferraris, right? And everyone knows there's a Liberty Walk.
458.
458, and it wasn't introduced in that game, right?
No, because Ferrari's very stingy on the copyright.
Exactly. Since Ferrari is gonna be it's not gonna be. It's very stingy because apparently now the company is suing people that actually customize their cars.
Really?
Yeah.
That's been a thing.
One of them, as far as I know, was Deadmau5. He got sued because he
had
changed
his car
the
taken.
Ferrari, and he had his car taken away because he named it Ferrari.
To be fairly honest,
He put Nyan Cat on it. Yeah.
After seeing that car, he kind of deserves to get it taken.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of his thing.
But then you're basically saying a statement. Yo, you cannot fucking customize your car.
Yeah. Well, I think they just don't want their name.
Will we see the LaFerrari? Because
they're gonna be stingy about it.
they're gonna be really stingy. Not a lot of games have the LaFerrari. Yet alone, they didn't even introduce the fucking Liberty Walk 458, or even the GTB. Because is there for Liberty Walk GTB body kit?
In Forza Horizon 3. In Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah.
So that could be another company that would have problems with Need for Speed.
I don't think Ferrari has a problem with the cars in it. They have a problem with people defacing them.
Oh, but come on! What do you expect? If I go to your company and I spend over 400,000 on a car, let's say I bought a TDF. You're telling me that I gave you my money, that I cannot customize the car the way that I want, that I have to leave it in your bespoke.
Yes, Ferrari is a bunch of rich snobs.
Yeah,
many of their cars cannot touch streets. Shots fired.
Yeah.
I'm a McLaren fucking fanboy.
It is a great car manufacturer.
Yeah. So pricing. Let's talk about pricing. Because
hypercars should be very expensive and end game shit, and only.
I don't think they're gonna be. I don't really think they're gonna be. Don't you remember the F40 and the Need for Speed 2015, or even that Formula Hot Rod car? It was
right.
$500,000.
If I can get something like a Huayora 30 minutes into the game, I'm not gonna be happy.
Well,
I'm telling
I would
you
kind of hope. It's kind of a far-fetched thought, but I would kind of hope that their racing style goes along the lines of Horizon 3, where you can choose whatever car you want, and as you progress, you're going to be pitted with the same class car.
All right. So basically, every time you win, the game gives you a car.
No, more of like if I wanted to play the entirety of Horizon 3 only driving a Miata. Yeah, a Civic. There you go. then
Superior.
even until end game, they would bring it down to your car class. Like you can specify, okay, do you want to be racing with the same style car, the same performance car, whatever. That seemed to be really well done on Horizon 3. Like you could, I mean, I had my Subaru Brat and I raced that throughout the entire game. I didn't have to jump to Ferrari or any of that
Yeah.
stuff to keep up with the end game.
Sorry,
Yeah,
is this
I completely understand.
I can agree with.
Yeah, I mean,
Then it-
I
then it
finished
kills
Forza
campaign.
Horizon. I finished Forza Horizon and I Forza 3. Yeah, like that.
I finished
So-
my Forza in a Civic.
So let's say let's say the hypercars are gonna be under the 2 million mark, or even yet. I'm gonna throw like a ball out there. Let's say it's under 1 million. Are you gonna be disappointed that, for example, you could
Yeah.
get like a McLaren P1 for under 1 million?
Well, McLaren P1s are under 1 million anyway, so if they're close
if
to
it was
their
to-
actual pricing, if they're close to their actual pricings in real life, I wouldn't
Yes.
be too bothered.
Exactly. I do agree with that.
But if they're gonna make those cars expensive, they have to get a balance where the races give you a good amount of money.
Or you can just have it scaling, like an actual scaling system.
Yeah, like exactly scaling. Or better yet, when you have the last race, like Forza Horizon 1 did, it gives you
You just
money.
get-
It gives you a proper reward. Like, here you go. Here's a good amount of money. Go spend it on cars.
See, I would like if the final race gave you enough to just get the most expensive car alone, not enough to upgrade it. So you would have to save throughout the game to upgrade that car at the end.
But what if it doesn't give you the option to customize? No, never mind.
Mm.
Because there was a Huayra BC that was customized with
Yeah.
a lip spoiler, which looked fucking horrendous. And I'm a big fan of lip spoilers. It was horrendous.
You are a fan of Huayras as well.
I love Huayras, and Huayras and lip spoilers do not mix.
What's a Huayra?
I'm just gonna.
Fuck, what's up, Huayra? Fuck's sake, I'm going. That's it. But yeah, all right. So let's close off this kind of bracket. So Need for Speed, looking forward to it. Any last words before we end this?
No 2017 Civic. No 2017
no,
Civic
no.
Type R.
They they
funny.
need to keep that shit out of here.
Yeah, fuck
No,
the Civic.
I do have to
Fucking
say the one
horse.
thing that I'm very excited about is they went back to classic cars to, you know, go back to where it all started. I mean, I'm probably gonna be sticking with like I saw one of the car finds is C10 step side. I'm gonna
Oh.
modify that until the end of times. So
All right.
Civics.
So let's move on to the last subject, and that is games that we are looking forward to the end of this year to the to next year.
Crew team.
And there are good games that are coming out. In my opinion, I'm looking forward for Battlefront 2 after playing the beta.
I want to see the development of TDU3. I want to see where that's going.
I know
Oh, that's Drive Unlimited.
the fractured butthole.
Even-
Fractured butthole.
Yo, even the fuck, what was it? And it's not getting enough. The new Assassin's Creed game. No one is
That-
excited enough for that game. They're going back to their roots, and no
Because
one
they
is.
killed it with Syndicate.
Yeah, but they're going back to their roots, bro.
It doesn't matter. They killed it and then they raped it. It doesn't matter.
They,
what is
they
that?
grabbed it. They grabbed it like one of those cows, you know. They started going slowly. Then
It's
of course
like
they
someone
started moving.
who's
Then
an
syndicates
effort-
came and they fucking destroyed that cow like a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like they've just killed a horse and then proceeded to fuck it.
Okay. That's one way to go about it, I guess.
PSPA, sometimes I worry about you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectly functional human being. I don't know what you're on about.
He says, as his hood's up, with a neck beard, drinking Rockstar. Yeah.
Neck beard.
Is that a neck beard, or have you just not washed your face today?
No, it is a neck beard.
Oh.
All right. Okay, go back to that. Any games? Come on. Any games that you guys are
Anthem.
looking forward to?
Anthem.
Is Anthem that fucking
It's
Halo
the one
ripoff?
that Halo ripoff. It's the one where you get into exosuits and you can fly around the world.
Yeah, the Halo ripoff.
That's not Halo ripoff.
Well,
I'm back. Sorry about that.
In my opinion, it's kind of a Halo ripoff, but I have to admit it is a good fucking game, and I'm gonna get from launch for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed there's no new Halo game this year.
Yeah, they kind of beat that horse to death.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the last Halo that came out.
And 343 don't know what they're doing.
Bingo.
Yeah. I think nowadays the CEO of Bungie looks at the current state of Halo is like, fuck! What did we do?
Just instantaneously
It is
depressed.
dead.
Yep.
Confirmed Master Chief is a feminist.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, fuck me.
And before Master Chief is actually a furry.
Master Chief has been a trans this whole time, and also a member of Antifa.
We need to purge it right now. Get the
for fuck's
Tasty,
sake.
get the purging gloves on. It's time.
Pershing gloves, I don't go anywhere near it with gloves. If it can't be killed from 20 meters away with a flamethrower.
No one mentioned it. What about the new game that's coming out, the Crew 2? Anyone's looking forward for that?
No!
No.
No one's looking forward for that shit.
I was so disappointed by the first one. Even after the updates that helped the physics, it just seemed.
But let's say there were only 2 games: Need for Speed 2015 or the Crew. Which one would you take?
Crew.
Nice thrusts.
Exactly. I saw so many people that were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna trade it for the Crew."
Right,
I mean,
gonna be
as
honest.
yeah.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna
With
say,
Need
as
for
much
Speed 20, yeah, go on.
as much as I
Confusion.
hated, a lot of the customization in the Crew was so generic. It didn't fit with anything that actually goes on the car.
Yeah, and of course, Black Panther but did a lot, so everyone hated the game.
Yeah. With
Fucking
Need,
Ricer.
like the only reason why I would rather go with the Crew is because I spent over a year tuning an RX-7 to not kill itself when coming out of a drift. Oh, you're about to straighten up. Oh, straight into that wall. Like someone's got a massive bite on the front of it. Like, you would be drifting around a left-hander, you would come out of it, and then it would 90 degree into a wall.
I boys some backstory. Got a call.
It was literally just the RX-7 that did that. Just the RX-7.
I blame it
over a
on
year.
I
the.
don't think there's any games I'm excited for this year.
There's a lot of
I
them that
saw-
I'm excited for.
I'm looking forward to Skyrim on another platform again.
No.
VR.
We need-
VR Skyrim.
You want me
We
to sum it up?
need-
What I'm excited for? I'm excited for Assassin's Creed because I've always been an Assassin's Creed fan.
Oh, he's that one fanboy.
When it comes to VR Skyrim, I'm going to, if I ever do get it, I would attach a Vive remote to like a weighted rope and just spin it around my head like a fucking.
Okay, there is actually one game I'm really excited for.
That is?
And this isn't a self-plug or anything, but the game that with the HTC Vive where you play it's basically Call of Duty but you're in a wheelchair.
No,
No.
Robbie. Until the game's made, you're not telling anyone about it.
Okay,
all right?
no.
'Cause
I know Robbie's
Shit.
actual favorite game. I know what Robbie's looking forward to.
I
What?
can't
It's-
believe that you actually meant Call of Duty
Both.
again.
Yep.
Both
No,
in LP
okay.
Coast
So
Simulator.
the game that Derps is looking forward to most, and he's told me this numerous times, is Just Dance K-pop edition.
No, it's actually
Holy shit, boy.
Grim,
It's actually,
this is your first and
it's
your last
actually
podcast.
furry. It's actually
Fucking
furry
Mercy, just
convention
dance.
simulator
How dare-
2017.
Yo,
Me and Silver,
let's
me and
all-
Silver Remix have already pre-ordered it.
yeah, let's all
Wait,
do one person's
who
house and
pre-ordered
play
Just
Just
Dance?
No, not pre-done.
Oh.
Me and Silver Remix have already ordered Furry Convention Simulator 2018.
Yep.
It's
And
on.
it's basically Modern Warfare 2. You know, no
That
furry.
was
You all
level
walk out of the
of
elevator.
I'm
Yep,
still
yep.
gonna buy the new
Walk out of the
COD
elevator
though,
and
because
Yo.
my friends are all gonna buy it. So
Remember, no furry.
If anyone has the Ballad of Gay Tony, might I just say that I know this is kind of weird. If you go to the gay club with a motorcycle, just drive in the door, and then put the motorcycle at the entrance, and you walk in there with an M249, the people are so crowded. It's pretty much that level of Modern Warfare 2. It has nothing to do with the game, but I'm telling you, just if you have Ballad of Gay Tony, this was my favorite thing to do because the engine didn't know how to handle the physics of hundreds of dead bodies in a condensed area slapping against each other.
Oh my god.
You've got to try
Yo.
that.
And then you
What?
slap a grenade in between all of them, and they go gone.
And the
I'm-
game,
The key
All across the walls.
solution.
I'm just gonna shoot a bullet right now, but what if next year they introduce a revamped game of Spyro?
no.
Ooh,
no,
if they
No.
did,
Oh,
if they
come
did,
on.
no, if they
Dude.
did to Pyro what they did
Yeah.
to Crash Bandicoot, I would be on board.
Dude, they already did it to Crash Bandicoot. They have to do it to Spyro, bro. Like, Spyro's my man, you know?
honestly,
But-
I've never
Pretty
played
much
Spyro.
Mario
Like,
Galaxy. Why do you want Mario Galaxy with dragons? This is
No. I didn't say. Oh.
No, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I did for you. Didn't I?
you know what I gotta do? They gotta add a 300cc on Mario Kart.
No, they will bring a game where Spyro drives a 2017 Honda Civic.
I would buy.
Yeah,
Kitty would be 6 days before the even game is released in front of some games like spot. Like, what are you doing?
Jokes-
I'm waiting for the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, but on a side note, Joe, it's actually pretty funny. The 2017 Honda Civic beats a Subaru Impreza WR, well, STI, in a quarter-mile drag race. I would just like to point that out.
Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it here.
Oh
I'm gonna-
no!
He's cringed
were-
too hard.
And we were
So,
just about to get the questions.
Something's popped up. So
No
I
worries.
will.
No
Yeah,
worries.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Nice
He
talk.
shoved
So-
Good
his
night, man.
thumb up his arse and he's got it stuck.
Yeah.
All right. See you, Robbie.
See you, mate.
So those are
Godspeed.
most of the games. Anyone looking forward for another game before we head on to the questions? That the
I
viewers have?
wish I was. Unless you can run some games past me quickly, then I
Yeah,
can't
you-
think of it.
Are you excited for Anthem?
Kingdom Hearts.
Eugene?
Kingdom Hearts
Who's the
three.
developer? Who's the publisher actually?
Which one?
For
For
Anthem,
Anthem.
it's
Anthem, it's BioWare. Anthem's the one that you fly around in.
Oh yeah,
exosuits.
I'm excited for Anthem.
Okay, all I can think of is do. BioWare
Yeah.
hasn't got a good history. After
I know.
Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect, and you have EA, the publisher at the helm. Oh, I don't
To
know.
me, unfortunately, I see Anthem going the way of Destiny, like Destiny 1, not 2, where you have a small
Oh,
area they can go
God.
around in.
Oh no, I hope it doesn't end up like that.
Uh,
really
I
That's
hope it
what-
doesn't either.
Speaking of
all right.
Destiny,
Till
Curse of
we
Osiris.
conclude this subject, guys, start posting your questions down below, and we'll be looking at them and responding to them. So, any more games? Well, I mentioned the three that I'm mostly looking forward to. That is, of course, Assassin's Creed. Need for Speed, kind of. What else? That one, Anthem, and what was the other game again? I forgot.
Oh, what do you
Just
mean?
Dance, K-pop.
Grand Theft Military
You know-
Simulator 2017.
Fuck that shit, bro.
I'm excited for Star Wars Battlefront as well.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. I didn't mention it.
But the pay to win, boys. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna pay to fucking win. I'm just gonna lose the
Pay to win. I'm just gonna play and lose. I'm losing.
Fuck.
I
What,
pay for
what about
booster packs
Grand
so
Theft
I can play
Military
Jar Jar Binks.
Simulator?
Yeah. What about the
That's the
new
thing I was just-
GTA DLC coming in December?
I
There
can't
was
think.
no GTA 6 confirmed, motherfucker.
No, there
That's
wasn't.
how bad the game list is this year. That I can't think of games coming out this year.
Well, there is Red Dead for next year, so
For next year, yeah, sure, totally.
That,
Yeah,
that
fuck.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm just saying. I'm not a big fan of Red Dead. Fuck Red Dead Redemption.
Well,
Anyways,
I will say it might be as short-lived as the first one. The first one's a great story.
yeah.
Multiplayer was boring because it didn't have anything to it.
You know
but
what's gonna
also-
I
happen
like
to
the
that
combat. The
DLC?
combat was very fun, and I liked playing the Texas Hold'em
Yeah.
and
I
the
can
Liar's
also-
Dice on multiplayer. That was amazing. Why isn't that a thing in Grand Theft Auto? I want to be able to play Texas Hold'em again in Grand Theft
hey.
Auto.
Hey, did you know that the casino DLC was confirmed a few years ago?
Yo, I'm just saying, I'm already visualizing what's gonna happen to Red Dead Redemption. Like, if this is the
Mahogany
charts,
wagon.
if this is the charts, it's gonna go up and up and up and then up and
Track
up and
back
up like
around.
this,
No. You know what they're gonna do?
like this, and it goes right back down. and
They're
it
gonna
goes
add
back to GTA.
horse carts. They're gonna add horse carts or something where you can buy.
Yeah, they're gonna add a red horse with the
You're-
fucking
yeah.
Ferrari logo on the
And,
side.
and then a whale horse card and all that shit, so you can.
You're
pay
gonna be able to-
Whale
$8
horse.
million.
What the fuck is that?
You're gonna be able to
Whale horse
donk.
cart?
You're gonna be able to donk your horse cart, give it hydraulics,
Horse.
fucking nitrous.
Yo, and then the horse calls you. It's your mighty steed. You want to go bowling?
Oh my god! Phones and Red Dead Redemption.
Phones. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You need to
No,
resupply your drug warehouse.
No,
Give
what
me
it's
some
gonna be.
Give me some cans in the street. Give me some cans in the street.
No. It's not even going to be phones. It's going to be smoke signals.
Ghost door.
Oh man, I can't wait to go around and just like go in passive mode and walk up behind somebody, just shoot them in the back of the head, and then go back to passive
Wait,
mode.
So you're just assuming that passive mode is gonna be a thing in Red Dead?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
oh my, dude!
Absolutely.
If passive mode would be a thing in Red Dead Redemption, I'm done. I am done.
Joseph Harlow
You
snipers.
can blow up each other's horses, and then you have to call the insurance company to repair it.
Oh.
To go around my tank gooer and just go, or my panzer gooer and just shoot people and they explode. It's gonna be like the new railgun. It's gonna be great though because there's a bolt, so it's totally realistic.
I'll tell you one thing. One thing that they can really bank off of with this game is the most annoying thing in GTA Online right now. Random
Everyone.
bounties. Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh, the
Bounties
random
they're going to be able to
bounties.
work off of, and that's going to be good. Like, if you can go up to a bounty board in town, see people's usernames, and go after them. Boy,
Or what they could
Sure,
do.
I've just realised.
What?
you're gay.
You, no. You know, if you want to make
That's
your
old
horse faster, do you just give it steroids and it becomes more hench?
Mm.
Yeah, then you get 2 horsepower.
Oh.
They pretty much like it's Red Dead. The reason why I'm not 100% hyped about it, it'll be a great universe, and I don't think they can fuck it up as nearly as bad as Grand Theft Auto in some of the aesthetic choices, like rocket voltics. I can't see rocket horses or like oppressor horses.
I don't know.
You see a
Have you-
horse?
Tasty,
You see a
just to
horse
be
doing
sure,
an ET?
don't jinx this. Don't.
No,
I've already
no,
jinxed
right.
it. The game's ruined. Don't buy it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like
You
when
will
it
probably
comes
give an idea
to
to Rockstar if they watch our podcast. Like, fuck, that's a good idea. Let's put rockets on our fucking horses.
Hang on.
Have
Hang
you-
on.
have you
What if
seen
you
Just
get the
Cause 2
train from
gameplay?
anything that like I see the pinnacle of Rockstar games ending with Max Payne 3. I see that the combat in Max there's no reason
Whoa.
why without rolling and bullet time the combat
Payne.
couldn't have
Oh.
been what Max Payne 3 was. If you
Max
take a
Payne
look
3
at
was brilliant.
if we take a look at Red Dead Redemption's combat for the multiplayer, and you take a look at Grand Theft Auto 4 combat, take away the look at how the explosives handled, take how the guns handle itself in Max Payne, take a look at how the guns handled in Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto 4 with recoil. The guns had spread in recoil in Grand Theft Auto 4. In Grand Theft Auto 5, there's no spread, no recoil. Every bullet lands on the target where you're aiming at.
That also has to do with the skills that are in GTA Online that people forget about. They just look at the max stats and go, "Oh yeah, I got the max stat." Well, back when you didn't have a max stat, there was that. I mean, there was no spread, but recoil was a thing before you max out that stat.
Oh yeah, no. If you start up a brand new character, or you go on to single player, and you play as Franklin on a brand new version of single player. He hasn't got any shooting stat. He doesn't shoot things. He's a repo man. So you pull out the heavy rifle. You start firing with that thing.
Oh yeah, recoil out the wazoo. You won't be able to see the target after you take the shot.
But
right.
This is why Red Dead Redemption is just like the combat is either going to go in a direction it should have been for Grand Theft Auto 5, which is their cash cow, or it's going to be. Yeah.
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny though? With a game for poor like combat and gun handling, it sure is a hell of a lot of militarized. Fucking hell. Like
but more importantly, back to the Voltic statement. What about the train from Back to the Future 3?
Oh fuck. Okay.
Wait, who said that? Because that's a good question. Or good response. I want my DeLorean.
Oh my dude, I can already see it. Red Dead Redemption Online. No, Red Dead Redemption Online.
I'm gonna call it the Deluxo.
Trying to stop the train.
Yeah, trying to stop the train.
No.
Online.
Hundreds.
Chris Russell's doing here, and today we'll be talking about the new Red Dead Redemption newswire post.
There you have a guy like, hey guys, it's Fernando here. Today we're gonna see how if 1,000 horses can stop the train in Red Dead Redemption Online.
Like that.
Basically every single one of Monkey's videos as of right now.
Hey, I don't do that shit.
No. Monkey's videos is gonna be the horse like showcases.
No, my videos are gonna.
What do you mean? Where he's trying to keep
my videos are gonna just show that Red Dead Redemption horse meme. Right.
That's the reason you only have 200 subs, by the way, is because you're not saying like this.
Like this.
And then it's gonna be Super Sundays at Red Dead Redemption. Bring your favorite
Super Sundays.
Yeah. Super Sundays car meet showcase with all horses. Yeah.
With neons. Red Dead Redemption Underground. All right. Let's move on to our first question, and I think is our only question for now. But if you guys have more questions, please leave them on.
Please.
So, Dynamic Duo asked, he asked it to me, but I'm going to mention it to everyone. When did you start playing video games? What game or console? I think I started playing it when I was 7, and my first ever game was on a PS1, and the first ever Gran Turismo.
You wanna know mine? I played Pokemon Leaf Green I'm on a Game Boy Advanced, my fucking square Game Boy. I got that on Christmas when I was 6 or 5. I don't know.
I remember being.
No, fuck.
Right?
Are you really that young? Because I remember playing the fucking Game Boy. I remember playing the Game Boy and fucking Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. That was my first game.
Sapphire.
Yo, Daisy, I'm only 19, dude. I'm only 19.
I'm probably gonna get shit. I'm probably gonna get shit.
Young boys here.
The Game Boy. I never played a Game Boy.
I got one brand new. It was purple.
Right.
The purple one as well.
Yeah.
I remember being 3. Like, it was my first console. It was a hand-me-down. Like, Sega. I think it was the Sega Mega Drive or Sega 3. And on a Sonic. And I remember used to leaving it on all night because I couldn't be bothered getting back, going back through the campaign every single time. So I just left it on for about, 2 days straight.
God.
Speaking of Sega, Sonic is my favorite anime.
Fucking
Sonic or Tails?
Damien, you are one to be talking, my boy.
Sword Art Online for life.
That's a funny word you brought up there, Keely.
Hey, just
is.
give Kitty a Prius and he'll drift around you.
It's true.
Right. Any more questions before we log off this podcast?
Would you rather more content in Grand Theft Auto, or they fix Grand Theft Auto?
Make Grand Theft Auto 6. Boom.
Wait. Add
so-
content or fix the game?
Yeah.
Add content or fix the game.
Yeah.
By fixing the
add
game, do you mean adding...
When I say add, they either take no content for a year, or
Oh no.
Grand Theft Auto
No, that would kill it. That would honestly kill it.
game.
Yeah.
So
As long
you
as
would
we have a
rather
sh-
see you would rather
As
see
long as-
some more random cars than see it have, say, private servers.
I would rather have a 2017 Civic in the game than a good
Oh,
Sonata.
fuck your 2017 Civic! You'll never see it in GTA. End of story.
Well, they added the NSX.
But
It's
Yo,
basically a
Yo,
car.
Prim, to answer that
you
question.
said, like they had a month of fixing the lobbies and shit, fixing the game. I
Fixing.
would have preferred fixing,
No.
but a year, I can visualize that as being the death of GTA.
Okay, so
So-
we're talking
but-
here
but-
fixing money balance, removing modders, fixing game balance, and
Fixing
customization
new
of
content.
private servers over new content.
But they're already
Yeah.
doing that.
Monkey, wait, shut up. You need to know that fixing this game takes a hell of a lot more time than a month.
I know, but like.
Fixing the game would require a lot at this stage.
Okay,
I think
would you
there's
be
one thing-
okay?
I think there's one thing that we can agree on is that the fact that it is still in the top 5 due to the reason that it still has new content coming in the game. If, let's say, for example, they did that, and they did a year where they fixed the game, I got a feeling they would end up dropping below the top 20.
No, it would definitely. Well, yeah, still, it would be.
This is like rephrasing the question. Would you rather a car battery attached to your nipples for a year, or would you rather eat a bowl of shit in one day? Like that's literally the question. Would you rather just get it over and done with, or have fucking car batteries on
Right, what voltage would be going
The
into my
first off
nipples?
is
That's the
pretty
question.
tempting.
a safe but powerful amount that would definitely.
The first off is
So-
pretty tempting if I'm not
No,
gonna. Isn't,
Nice,
Nice
Kurt. Nice
think about the
ceiling,
up,
Kitty.
though. Like,
Nice
I
ceiling.
I would, like, if they would open up all interiors and all that shit and remove like clothing restriction and all that shit, so basically give up all restrictions and then maybe fix the game, then we would have some more time to explore all that stuff before it's dead or something like that. I don't know.
well,
That's
So-
how I'd be thinking. I'd be thinking Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer. It survived without new content. It survived. All we need is for Grand Theft Auto to survive. Let them fix the game, fix it, and then we thrive afterwards.
yeah, I did
So-
have a
Yeah,
good
but
idea.
then
about
it
the-
would be too late.
No, because
I'm
then
just
that
saying.
content people come back and profit. But anyway,
Yeah.
they had a
But
big
just-
update.
yeah.
Yeah, but if they come
Yeah,
back, they have to come back with something really big, like for example, state mansions. People will buy shark cards for that. Like if they make a big announcement that those would be coming after a year of managing like the game's issues and all that shit, then I think the game would have survived. But if they go
It
with
would-
something militarized again after that, it would be dead.
I can't wait for Gun Runners and Outlaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not coming, dude.
You just
Gun
wait.
Runners
You just
Night.
wait.
So, one of the
Alright.
the big ideas that I had before was: would you rather have a full GTA 6, or would you rather have GTA Online 2, where instead of having a full story mode, they focused on having like a revamped GTA Online, and then you can go to the airport and fly to a new island, but your funds, your assets, and all that would stay back at the original island.
Oh, fuck that.
Give me GTA Online 2.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Because what ends up happening, you play the single player, you play it dead, you get 100%, and then you cry.
Dude, I cannot see myself grinding GTA 6 like I did with this game. Honestly. Dude,
So if GTA 6
when-
came out
when
right
was
now,
it?
you wouldn't
I
play
think-
multiplayer.
No, I would play, but I would like to have the option. I think I discussed it with Dusk or Kitty last week, where I would have the option to transfer my character
Right.
Now,
to the game. Not the cars and like buildings and shit. I'm talking about money wise. So
Yeah,
I
but
at least
that right there
I
would
at
be
least
win.
have something to start with, something to get an apartment, something to get the basics, you know?
Yeah, but
I could handle that, Mike, if they made a logical explanation on why. And the reason why is because they say you have to run your business, and that's actually company funds that you're taking out of the thing. I could handle that, but at the same time, if that was supposed to be running the company, I would want my companies passively making money for me back home
Right.
when I'm
Well, okay,
abroad.
so
what you could get is like a refund for all, but sort of a refund, like a little percentage of what you have. Like,
oh fuck, a refund for everything there is in GTA 5. Oh
Just
my god, I'd be a fucking millionaire.
no, monkey. Listen for a second. Like, if your building is worth like a fifth of what it was worth at first, like if you would get that percentage of what your like stock and all that shit is worth, all your cars, like refund a bit of that, so you like it's not all lost, you know?
Okay.
Right,
No.
okay.
Wait.
Okay,
With that
right.
not, wait. Let me respond to his question.
Hear me
Let me
out.
respond to his question. So you're saying you get a bit of percentage, for everything you own in GTA 5.
Yeah, sorta. Like
So-
that is not all lost
so-
or something.
Let me just tell you this. At this current moment in time, and I checked my stats just now, my global total of everything that I bought is over 230 billion.
No, but that's like OP, you know, like what it is worth now, not what you.
but
So, Mike,
you
you're
said-
telling me I
you
can't
said a
fly to the new island on a
percentage
babushka?
of everything I have.
right, yeah.
I want to
Alright,
fly
well,
to
okay,
the new
I
island
wanna-
in a babushka and drop people bobs of the babushka.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
All right,
dude,
so
fuck the
here's
babushka.
here's another food for thought here. What if they did sort of
Oh shit, the
oh,
camera.
okay. What if they did sort of a startup where you did a mission like all these guys now are saying, I have an opportunity, come in, you know, we can get you set up. What if they did an opportunity that ended up in that other island and you had enough funds to start up?
Yeah.
But also keep in mind, what if they had importing, where you could say, okay, I have this asset here, not buildings or whatever, but I have this asset,
Like cars.
I
and
have
you
this
want
annihilator.
and you want to import them over to this new island. Like you already have a built, you know, Benny's custom car, and you don't want to spend $2 million over on that other island. You pay a small sum of money and you get it over on that other island.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I do it. I do it
I would-
straight off.
I would say, if you had like 50 million,
Mm.
and say you were going into it completely fresh, level 1, character gets completely reset, but you take 1% of your bank total. This is considering they somehow fixed the modding situation.
Mm.
Some fucking god miracle. So say if I had 50 million, which I'm never gonna fucking get, let's be honest, I would take 500 grand over to the new GTA Online to get started.
Right.
A grand?
No, 500 grand. You said
Oh,
no,
500
50 grand. 50 grand.
No, 500 because you take.
Oh, you
1%
did say 500.
million. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I think like it's.
But then it
I
depends.
think
But
it's
then it
still
depends
nice.
on the economy of that game. Then.
Well, see, the part that I have a problem with was with having so much money in this game and going over into that island with that much. There are games out there that you can start with a large sum of money and you can buy everything. It's like using cheats. You can have everything you want in that new place and you'll instantly get bored. It's just the same thing on a different island.
But what if they made businesses actually sort of expensive, but they're not massive chunks of money like import export. It's passive money.
Right.
I would
Like gun
prefer
running?
that, like Vice City Stories is thinking about like passive earners, because it's like, oh, you're the CEO of this new business firm, and yet you are the one putting your life at risk to
What
get
about-
supplies for the bunker and to steal cars. I feel like if I was the CEO, I wouldn't be doing my own work.
No, me neither.
Ever.
Me neither. You're totally right about
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
how
like,
how about this? How about with that mission that brings you over to that island, it is due to a business proposition of a business you already own on that island, and when you go over there, you can buy a building to continue the process over on the on this current island. So say you're a CEO in this one and you own, say, import export, then you go over to that other island and there's a garage you can open up.
I get what you mean.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Also, referring to what
I say just pretend that the money is invested in the business or something, and you can't extract the money from the business because the business needs it, but therefore then make the business passive earners like they probably should have been.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if you're familiar with the Mass Effect strike team thing. Like, you could send strike teams out to get certain, like, what is it, resources for you. Maybe that
Yeah, there's a few
should be
games
like,
that does that.
yeah, maybe that should be like a thing in GTA. Like, on what Tasty said, you're the CEO. Why are you risking your life for all that shit?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
with
Or-
this
or
last
have
one
at
with
least-
bunkers.
Or have at least 4 associates, which I don't agree with.
Well,
I
no,
think
with this
the
last one,
the businesses should have been like crew affairs. It
Yep.
should
Yeah.
it should be like the crew all invest money towards it, and the more money they invest towards it, they get shares back and things like that. And
Yeah.
kind of, if you want to work for it or something as a crew, you're working as an associate.
Everyone gets a cut. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's a good idea,
How-
actually.
um,
Also, what I would propose then for like if you own a business alone, why wouldn't you be able to hire some bodyguards who go with you on these resource missions and all that stuff? If you have to do them
Right.
yourself, why have at least some protection? Like, why do you have to do everything alone?
right.
Why are you sending
well,
your?
okay,
Why
so-
do you have bodyguards protecting you while you're doing stuff?
Yeah.
While you just hire workers to do
So
stuff.
so here's the
Bodyguards
thing with
protect
the
you.
Yeah, but that's
With
two
the recent
different like
bunker-
propositions for that.
Also,
with,
another
with the
thing that
bunkers that came
Yeah.
out, they allow you to buy the crate instead of go out and get them. So I mean, I guess that's kind of like a start of that. But
Yeah.
there are some games where you can start a mission and buy their resources by a level like like if you're gonna sell cars during an import export, you can do 3 different levels of how much customization and how much payout you'd get.
Yeah.
Do something like that,
Well-
but what you're doing is paying essentially for them to go do it and how much protection they have, and you have a percentage of success.
yeah.
All right. So, I guess we don't have any more questions. But
I will
okay, then.
answer all the questions if they get typed. We have 9 watchers.
9
and
watchers.
I'll
And I
need
can
more
I
questions.
can guarantee you that most of the watches are us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much gonna be it for today's podcast. Thanks.
I have
as
a
well
question.
to
What are the
Graham.
topics for next one? What's your
Oh,
favorite cars and
dynamic.
lights? Dynamic.
Fuck off.
I can't hear what you call them speaking, Nathan.
Oh, dynamic. Oh, okay. What's your favorite car in real life cars?
Well, let me.
Oh no,
Fuck
no,
your Civic.
no.
I have a horse outside. Can I link that?
Right.
that? Can you pull the screen?
For me, it has to be between a 240 or a Mazda MX-5.
Basic white bitch.
What do you mean a basic white bitch? Yeah, you
Drifter
see a
starter kick.
He's gonna set
BMW,
up a GoFundMe.
I'm going then.
BMW E82.
No, but
E82.
Can you play that on screen for me, Monkey?
which one?
The one I sent you in the podcast group.
In the podcast group.
Ha! What the fuck is that?
Oh, but you could have told me before because I would have opened a separate link for it.
Do it now.
No, it's got no.
Do it now, boy. No, do it now. It's very important. You have to.
Boy. No.
If you don't do it, Keely's going to keep talking about civics.
Right. Let's introduce you to my new religion.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's podcast. Thank you very much for watching.
Before the podcast ends, what are the topics for next week?
We don't have the topics for next week.
Honda Civics.
No.
Honda Civics, and should they all be crushed?
Look, if this podcast gets 100 likes, next podcast would be all about civics.
Okay, I have an idea.
No,
Next
week,
week,
to set up 100 accounts.
You're gambling with
next
your
week
life.
we play a game of Rice or Nice.
Oh, we should do. Okay, yeah, let's do it for next podcast. We should do a game of Rice or Nice for next podcast.
And we talk about more broken GTA stuff.
Yeah,
Because
Yes, because
We can
love
do a
GTA
Rice
so
or Nice
much.
GTA style.
we didn't even talk about the game modes in GTA or anything.
No, because
The
it's
failed
No
idea.
one
Good
cares
game.
about the game modes.
Yeah, but what about the Lord and Savior, the Moonbeam custom?
Oh, for fun. Okay, thank you very much for watching.
What
guys.
about letting Waddles back into the crew and running the crew?
Oh my gosh.
fuck.
We already have a Waddles 2.0.
Okay, thank you very much for watching.
Motivational
Thank you
Chip
very much.
Murphy.
I'm doing my outro, goddammit. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for Grim for coming into the podcast.
Yeah.
You will be seeing Grim to the other podcast as well because he's a new addition. So fuck it. So that I cannot point. Well, that's Tasty. That's me. That's Dusk. That's Kitty. That's Grim. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next podcast. I'm not gonna do
Godspeed.
the fucking Godspeed.
Be gone,
you
fuck.
Fidget
She comes,
spinners.
demon.